bold bakers, we are about to head into fall, my absolute favorite time of year, and I have got the perfect recipe to kick off this season. Maple pecan blondies. They are gooey, they are chewy, they're absolutely delicious. But before we get started, I want to let you know about an exciting new project that I'm doing with Wayfair, and I also wanted to give them a big thank you for sponsoring this video. Now, you probably already know Wayfair from their website, where you can pretty much find everything and anything for your home. But did you know that they have a YouTube channel where they create amazing content, including me featured in a brand new show, Interior Motives? So a little bit about it. The host of Interior Motives, Kiva Brent, is an interior stylist who helps you solve interior design problems and craft a space that perfectly meets your design needs by exploring Wayfair's vast selection. Kiva is experienced, she is funny, and she breaks down seemingly difficult design problems into step-by-step solutions that you can actually recreate at home. In my episode, I helped guide Kiva in creating the perfect kitchen for the home baker, including essential products and storage solutions. But that's not the only show they have on their YouTube channel. They also create a lot of other DIY content like The Small Stuff, which is a show all about small household DIY projects. So go check out the full episode of Interior Motives over on Wayfair's YouTube channel, and make sure you subscribe so you stay up to date on everything that they release. I put a link in the description box below. So Wayfair helps elevate your home. I'm here to help elevate your fall baking, so stay tuned throughout this video where I'm going to share with you some really essential tips to get you ready for this busy fall baking season. Okay, I'm really excited to show you this recipe because I adore blondies, so let's get stuck in. So in a nice big bowl, I have some melted butter. Now, I get asked a lot, what kind of butter do I use, salted or unsalted? And I always use salted because salt means flavor and you want that extra bit of flavor in your baking. So into this, I'm going to add in some brown sugar. Now, I like to use dark brown sugar because it has these lovely caramel molassesy tones that are just perfect for the fall, kind of caramel, apple, pecan, like everything going yummy in there. So into this, we're going to add in the star of the show, maple syrup. Now, please buy pure maple syrup, good quality. It makes all the difference in this recipe. We're going to follow that with an egg, a little bit of vanilla extract, because I adore vanilla extract in nearly all my baking. It just brings out the lovely flavors of the maple and the pecans and things like that. And then salt for extra flavor. And then with a whisk, just whisk it all together until it's nice and smooth. Okay, so fall baking tip. I use a lot of brown sugar at this time of year. So here's what you want to do to make sure that your brown sugar stays really soft and ready to use at any given moment. Pop a marshmallow into the tub. What this does is draws out all the moisture of the sugar, leaving it lovely and soft for you to use anytime you need it. So I think there's two different people in this world, those who love brownies and those who love blondies. I am definitely more of a blondie fan because it's caramel, it's brown sugar, it's butter, it's a little bit salty. You often have the pecans in there, white chocolate, something like that. That is my type of dessert all day long, especially in the fall time when you warm them up, you have vanilla ice cream on top. I mean, what could be better? So that's the base of our blondies. Now I'm just going to talk about our dry ingredients here for a minute. Here I have my all-purpose flour, and into this I'm going to add in a little bit of baking soda. Now we just want a little smidge of baking soda because blondies are not cakey, they're fudgy, just like the way a brownie is. We don't want to make it rise very much. We want it to be dense and heavy and thick and gooey and yummy. So we're going to put a little bit of baking soda into our flour. Give that a little bit of a mix all around. And then add that into your batter. And with the same whisk, just mix it to combine in your flour. Look at that. When it's nice and smooth, just like this, we're going to lastly fold in our toasted pecans. So now you heard me right, I said toasted pecans. I always add in toasted nuts into my recipe. The flavor and the texture is so much better. And you want to get those lovely maple tones out of the pecans to really work well with this blondie. So a great fall baking tip is stock up on nuts. I buy lots of pecans to have them ready for the baking season. Now, pecans are high in fat and they can go rancid, so store them in your freezer. There we go, that's our batter. Now let's get it into our tin. So into a lined 8x8 pan, pour in your batter. And then with a spatula, just flatten it out evenly on top and into the corners. And just a note, when you're baking this fall and holiday season, just make sure you use a Festo spatula because that makes everything taste better. We're done. This is a no-fuss recipe. Now let's get it into the oven. Bake your blondies off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for roughly 30 to 35 minutes. You want to be careful not to over bake these guys because you want to make sure you get that gooey, caramelly kind of center. So a great time saver this fall season, when you're baking and your recipe calls for room temperature eggs, but you only have cold ones, all you have to do is pour over some hot water over your eggs, let them sit for a few minutes, take them out, and now they're nice and warm and ready to go. These blondies look and smell amazing. You can smell the butter and the sugar and the maple syrup. Oh my gosh, absolutely delicious. Now we just bake these for a short period. If you push your finger in the middle and it's a little bit soft underneath, that means they're perfectly baked. So right now what we're going to do is just let these set, firm up a little bit for half an hour, and then we'll cut them. So as a baker, this is our busiest time of year. So my top tip is to stock up on butter. As much butter as you can get your hands on. As much butter as you can possibly carry home from the supermarket. It will last forever, and then you always have it in case of a baking emergency. So when it comes to blondies, the proof is in the pudding. So let's check out that center. Wow, look at that. Lovely maple, soft, gooey center. That is baked to perfection. This is more than what I could have hoped for. These blondies are screaming for some ice cream, so let's go get some. These are the kind of recipes that makes my heart happy. The quintessential fall recipe. Maple, pecan, gooey, fudgy, caramelly, absolutely delicious. Do not wait any longer, head over to my website to get this recipe, and a big thank you to Wayfair for sponsoring this video.